All of our deerskins are genuine wild leather. The hides are then tanned using traditional tanning and methods and dyed with natural wood-based pigments, entirely in Austria and Czech Republic. Short transport routes, only a handful of tanneries and dye houses still master this ancient craft. We are fully aware of our responsibility and very proud to be able to create such wonderful, versatile products from this unique material. With zero waste, our processes are at 100% sustainable and transparent.
Welcome to Luxury on Air, where we explore the trends, innovations, and personalities defining and redefining the luxury industry.
Germany's biggest popular event, the Oktoberfest, on the Theresienwiese, has just ended in October 2025, hosting again over 6.5 million guests and serving 6.5 million mass of beer. When before it was accepted to attend this social gathering in your everyday wear, now it's almost a religion to be dressed in Trachten, traditional clothing. For men, this means to get dressed up in finest leather trousers and jackets, mostly suede, whereas ladies are equipped with amazingly colored and beautiful dirndl. There is a lot of tradition behind the German traditional clothing. Can you imagine that some of the most sought-after companies are in business since over 10 generations? This is the case of Meindl, a brand that might not only be familiar to the beer garden fans, but as well hiking enthusiasts and nature lovers. As the brand does stand for both traditional leather fashion, led by Markus Meindl, 11th family generation, but as well hiking shoes, a division economically separated in 2000 and now led by his cousins. We know how hard it is to be as successful as the ancestors and parents when family businesses are taken over. Markus Meindl, who started collaborating with his father and uncle already when he's still being a kid, always had the desire to implement new ideas and starting his own design. He started with age of 15. So after having done his studies in tailoring, but as well design and production, he was ready to make his idea come true and to live the life that he wants. In latest years, collaborations have been a major driver of the company, not only in public image, but as well in the expansion to new areas. Indeed, Meindl has not only equipped the players of Bayern München for the Wiese, but as well done amazing collaborations, always in the spirit of high-quality leather and craftsmanship, with luxury brands such as BMW, Hublot, Mercedes, and Porsche. Meindl has as well entered the furniture market and thus supplies suede leather couches that might be decorating large mansions in Canada or Lapland. The acquisition of the Austrian traditional fashion brand Habsburg and relaunch of such in 2024 has enlarged the spectrum where Markus Meindl operates. My name is Karine Szegedi, and today I'm delighted to speak with Markus Meindl to explore how he balances heritage and innovation, maintains quality across Europe, and stays relevant in a changing luxury market. I'm really excited, Markus, to have you as guest of my podcast today.
Karine, so I'm very glad to be on your line and to be in this really great chat, and I'm glad to be on your side. Thank you.
Yeah, a lot to discuss about. I mean, maybe if we start framing overall, in the luxury sectors, you know, the heritage is very important. So brands that have the heritage have a unique position to offer not only authenticity, but a tangible connection to history. So your uninterrupted family tradition for generations is quite exceptional. I mentioned you're the 11th generation family member. How do you manage the creative process, and how does this deeply rooted heritage influence your creative vision and the strategy that you are running for the company today?
First of all, I'm very grateful to be in a position where I can work with such beautiful products and with great people and colleagues. For me, it is both an obligation and a great joy to take on this challenge and lead. The influences are very diverse. One is constantly challenged. But quality means quality in design, quality in production, quality in relationship, business relationship, quality in marketing, and at the end, very important, quality in service.
Yes, and we feel how important quality is for you, no? Because you are, of course, the spokesperson. You are the CEO of Meindl Fashion, so you have to stand up for your reputation, no? And we see that now a lot of in the fashion industry, mass production, and people try to look for authenticity again, no? And the artisanal savoir-faire, I would say. I mean, we see that in a lot of luxury brands, and they say we have to protect the savoir-faire and we have to foster savoir-faire because it's rare. The young generation don't always want to follow up. So you are in the traditional leatherworking techniques, huh? Which is quite niche and quite precise. You manage a team of over 120 people. Huh? So how do you keep this very handcrafted and time-honored skills, but at the same time you innovate and you meet contemporary market needs because the consumer is evolving. The consumer of tomorrow and today is not the consumer of yesterday. How do you manage?
Yeah, and here we think in very long time frames. And therefore, I aim to bind our employees to the company for the long term. With their knowledge and passion, our employees have helped turn our company into a brand with charm and character. At the same time, we always strive to create designs that stand the test of time while remaining deeply emotional. We are digitizing where it makes sense for us to do so. But we put a great deal of passion into our products, both creative and artisanal passion. I am convinced that this will gain even greater importance in our fast-moving world. The customer is someone you must never underestimate. They are informed, and purchasing decisions are made emotional. You see this especially in our Meindl worlds, our flagship stores, where people can experience the spirit and the character of our brand. Online and offline must speak the same language at the end. All of this together forms a complete package that allows us to position ourselves confidentially and independently in the market as a brand with its own style and clear values, and to earn our recognition.
And we'll speak about that. I would like to explore a bit more how you get all the feedback from your consumers, and we'll speak in that as well. But you mentioned consumers want to understand and consumers wanted more information. So of course, more and more transparency is important. All this sourcing and provenance is becoming very important sustainability for the consumers. How do you make sure that the ethical sourcing, you have leather, so there's regulated hunts, and there's a tanning method as well. You have to first hunt and get the leather, and then you have to tan the leather. How do you make sure that these are sustainable, that these are of quality, and how do you speak to the consumers about it? Maybe let's start with the sourcing, and then maybe as how on the communication.
For many decades, we have built very close relationships with our suppliers. We know them personally very well and visit them more than one time a year, It's not only a business connection, the most times it's a really personal connection we have to them. For decades, we have worked in true partnership, and together we have developed international standards in production. Many years ago, we began investing in our suppliers, building relationships of trust that allows us to produce sustainable products out of conviction. From the very beginning, our goal was to create sustainable products using sustainable production processes, sustainable energy, and international labor standards. All of our deerskins are genuine wild leather. The hides are then tanned using traditional Samish chamois tanning and methods and dyed with natural wood-based pigments, entirely in Austria and Czech Republic. Short transport routes and 100% ecological sustainability. Only a handful of tanneries and dye houses still master this ancient craft. We are fully aware of our responsibility and very proud to be able to create such wonderful, versatile products from this unique material. With zero waste, our processes are at the end 100% sustainable and transparent. We're open-minded and very clear in dealing with this really ecological sustainability. Yeah.
Mm. And you mentioned that you're hunting in Austria and Czech Republic. Is there enough animals in supply for all your production?
No, it is not only hunting in this post countries, hunting in Germany, in Switzerland, in Austria, and in Serbia. And at the end, it's the skin is just product of waste. So, and we work with the skins and collect them from the people who make the meat and deal with the meat, and then it comes into the tanneries, and the tanneries make the leather ready. So.
Because it's so beautiful, you could think that you were hunting for the leather because the leather is just amazing, but in fact it's a byproduct. The animals are hunted for their meat during the season, and you take the byproduct and make something amazing out of it.
That's it, yeah. So 100% natural and emotional, So
yeah, and one thing is of course the raw material, the leather, and the tannage that you're doing. But what about the artisans? Because there's a lot of stitching. We mentioned 120 workforce of 120 people. Where are they situated? Are you training them themselves? Is there schools that can make artisans that you would need? How do you maintain these craftsmanship standards?
Oh, this is not the question how, it is the question when. So for us, it's the long-term sheet. It was a time when we didn't get in Germany enough people to work and to study and to train this craftsmanship. We started to take the people from Croatia, from Hungary, and transfer the know-how. Now it's different. Now it changed. Now we don't get that much people in these countries anymore, but we have a lot of young people which are really interested in our company and in the products we do and learning really craftsmanship again. And at the end, now we have again the people which have the right knowledge to send them back to the countries where we work, to Croatia, also to Hungary, to Bosnia. So at the end, it changed again, In these countries where we work, we don't have the people which want to learn it anymore, but we have it again in Germany. So,
but why is the younger generation interested in craftsmanship again? Do you think they're looking for something that makes sense, for something they do with their hands, for something that is quite complicated? I believe it takes quite a long time to learn, no?
I think, in a world where everything's moving very fast, so clothing has no value at the end. And if they make something for themselves, their own style, their own craftsmanship, they're very proud on it and they wear it with a different feeling. So this I think, why people want to learn again how to sew and how to make craftsmanship.
That's beautiful. I have one of my Norwegian cousins that left their work as well to become a Norwegian traditional clothing artisan at age of 45. Like need for a new life.
Oh yeah. You could start, But we also have a lot of people which I want to learn it because I want to know how it works. You learn how to make a waterproof race. You learn how to make high-end technical products, and this is a unique place where you can do it. There's no company which can compare with us in this kind of craftsmanship. No one, for sure, no one.
And you personally yourself, could you replace any factory worker or any artisan? Because you have learned it as well, no?
We are always open to new technologies, ideas, and methods of craftsmanship. We work with a wide range of technologies and products to waterproof jeans, deerskin trousers.
And you represent the history anyhow. I mean, as long as you're there, and it's not a young fancy company, a person that comes out of an outside company, you are the guarantee of the family tradition.
Yeah, for sure. Also, people which work in our company are the guarantee.
You mentioned you were doing waterproof clothing. You have done a Bavaria Hublot watch. Maybe you can talk a bit around this. And then we said you moving to couches as well. Why did you do collaborations? And was it your idea? Did they come and get you? How did these collaborations happen?
Collaborations, in my experience, exist when people come together, You meet people, you have the same respect to each other, And at the end, the brands have a really sympathy, I think, a really good sympathy. People need people to turn ideas into reality.
Yeah, but I think that's the interesting thing, because you mentioned that you wear your clothing usually. So you are your best ambassador, or you're a dressman or mannequin. I don't know how you consider yourself when you meet with your business partners. Are you the best ambassador? Do you think that's because you are the most authentic? And it's funny when you say Meindl, they trust me, because you are Meindl and you're the brand, you're the CEO, you're the history. It must be quite a lot of things to carry, but probably you are the best ambassador, are you not?
I'm sure I'm a really good ambassador, and I love to be that, because I try to prove all my products myself, So that's why I'm wearing them every day, and different styles in different worlds, So, and for me, I love it to do this. And but I have a lot of other ambassadors which do the same, which love the product and wear it and prove it, So that's very important for me.
Are you the ultimate test? Meaning that when your employees, they finish a new product or a new product line or new trousers or something, when you first wear it or when you first look at it, they like, because you will be saying, done, not done, it passes or it goes or not? Is that true?
Yeah, for sure. For sure I do this, because I prove it myself, so, but only at demand styles, I can't do it for myself. I go hunting with them. I go traveling with them, so both are very, very important things for me where I can see if this product really works,
And maybe for our audience, that is an important point. I mentioned Theresienwiese, Oktoberfest, traditional clothing, but you don't wear traditional clothing only during the Oktoberfest. Huh? You have as well, long trousers, nice jackets, gilets that can be worn all year through, no?
All year through and all over the world, So that's the point. The reason of the Gebirgsstätte, it's the man or the person which lives in between these worlds, between the mountains and between the cities. And in this vision, he has clothing which works in both of these situations, So, and that's my point of view on the products,
Yeah, because maybe for always it's not so common, to wear traditional leather clothing outside of your regular of maybe a particular event, but the clothing can be worn everywhere, and Germany, Austria, but even throughout the world. That's what you mentioned.
That's what I mentioned, So, and these are products, which is not, most of them are not traditional products, which are traditional Bavarian leather trousers. No, these are trousers or jackets which come from different inspiration all over the world, So, and it's just made out of this traditional, really natural tanned leather, ear leather, It's only the material which comes out of the tradition, but the model is a model which works all over the world,
Yes, I do understand. And I've seen it myself, so I can absolutely say it's really beautiful and can be worn like my husband does, even in Switzerland and even outside of.
For sure, even in Switzerland or also in America, or we have a lot of clients over there, and they love this.
So maybe now that we are speaking about international, you mentioned that you have e-commerce, that you have several flagship stores, that you are more international expansion is there as well. Do people ask the same? Because there's always a global consumer, but then the consumer wants segmentation, wants something special, wants something personalized. Do you see differences between your different consumers, or is the demand more or less similar?
Every single customer receives the same high level of service and attention with us. It has always been possible for customers to express their wishes. You can have wishes, It's not a problem for us, So we are very open-minded to this. Can we have a motorcycle jacket? Okay, we make here a motorcycle jacket. Can we have a leather trousers? Can we have, a classical trousers? We started with this kind of making products, This is a long history for us.
Can you maybe give us an example of where you get inspiration and what occasions do you speak to your clients, and how do you process this to come up with something new?
Oh yeah, because it happens a lot of times in a lot of situations, For one side, I love to travel, so travel in different cultures and to see how people live there. And when I travel and be around, I see a lot of things and get a lot of inspirations. And at the end, I don't know how it works in my head, but sometimes exists or I create some ideas. It always happens that a lot of ideas of the foreign countries help me to create a new product, And I'm sure that a lot of ideas of foreign countries are in a lot of products in our collections,
That's nice. That's nice. So you're a chameleon, huh? Because you're the brand director or the designer, you're the CEO, you're the ambassador. It's a lot of hats that you wear. I hope that you still find some sleep in the night, time with your family, because it's a lot to be done. How do you communicate with your clients? Is it more online? Is it more traditional? Is it more at events? How do you engage with your clients from a marketing perspective?
We use social media, yes, on the one side, but on the other side, we make our magazines, where we communicate with our clients personally. So this is the way we grow up. And at the end, we understand that for the future, we have to do more in digital conversation, for sure. And to improve that and to work on this.
Yeah, and more that is more like the consensus in luxury saying that, yeah, AI is can help in efficiency, internal processes, can maybe assist, because the machine is a machine and luxury is personal. And as well, especially in a family company with history, it needs to be personal. I would agree. What is your approach then to technology?
So any product in our company is craftsmanship at the beginning. At the beginning, you have to have an idea and you have to try modeling, So it's a very important thing. And it always takes time. It's not a fast process. It's not a computer which makes the idea or makes the product. It's always the person in behind the product which makes it, So it's not a fast fashion.
How long would a trousers live, for example? I mean, we say in the watch market business that a mechanical watch would survive several generations. How many generations would a Meindl trousers survive?
A lot of generations at the end,
Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure. It's, the model exists a really long term, but there are always some small parts which are changing, but you don't see it, So it's the inside life we change. This is a process which always exists, If you don't do it, you will lose the product, So at the end, people change a little bit, the proportions change a little bit. So we also have to change a little bit our products. So,
what is the best advice if you want to create a long-lasting artisanal luxury brand? Is it coming from the idea? Is it coming from the savoir-faire? How do you start? What is the advice?
Follow your passion and stay true to your values, I think this is very important. I deeply really believe in this philosophy of this thinking. If you have a vision, you should follow this vision. And it usually takes a long time to come to a successful end, and it's a hard time, and it's a lot of work to come there, and consequent way you have to go. If you're not, I think you will not have success. So,
didn't you regret any single day that you worked in Meindl Fashion?
Yeah, for sure. And I did a lot of mistakes, for sure.
We finish our podcast usually by looking towards the future. We spoke about history and craftsmanship and tradition. How do you see the future? Do you see that brands you had to pay for craftsmanship? Because of course it's more expensive than fast fashion that we spoke about. How do you see it? And what is your vision?
I'm sure that people buy in the future for craftsmanship and true values, So because I told you before, they're more and more informed and they have more knowledge of brands and have knowledge of what happens in behind. And personality is something very important for the future also. So if you have a product which is without personality and without history, I think it will be very difficult for the future to sell it. It's almost the last 20 years were very important to show that we believe in the right values, and this is something which is really important for the future.
So I hope that a lot of listeners are really excited now and are looking into Google and trying to find how your products look and to touch, feel, understand, because it's a niche, it's a hidden world that you don't always know immediately, and it's not very visible luxury. It's design, it's art, it's cool because it's only the informed people would know what is behind it. So I really appreciated talking with you, Markus. Thank you so much for being on the show and to reveal this incredible world to the larger audience. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Karine. It was a nice talk to you, and hope to see you soon again.
Thank you for listening to Luxury on Air with Karine Szegedi and Felicitas Morhart. This podcast is provided to you by Deloitte Switzerland and the Swiss Center for Luxury Research. If you've enjoyed this episode, you can leave us a 5-star review. If you're keen to stay up to date on what's trending in the luxury industry, don't forget to subscribe. As always, you can find more information about the current episode in the show notes. We wish you all the best. Until next time.